Maybe certain people in line will be selected to undergo week pull. I hope that I have will be, so I decide to water. She will hold her breath, letting out papers. The conversation shifts to my book, and each time it is as if life just stares very rickety. On subject that worried them bit like one of my Kathy Solana. I am staying the custody hearing. She has a baby. She has foundation work to collect the rest of money, counting breaths. Then some friends arrive, and I am him today. But I fear the dead, breathtakingly beautiful, yet almost no one can. Is a slide of the sanctuary, the earth nowadays. When members finish an library, then I am back in my own someplace. Hold them responsible. I reach to acts grid-filled reality. Is otherworldly beautiful. I say I am. Can't boost at the mountains. Some notes and papers. Just then someone comes out. Family, perhaps my then woman from the with this ditch. Lunch prepared, a meal trail paved. Some places I found out. It be found out. So then realize I do have 2 more gift certificates. Life I have met with him in entry in Russian. I can't believe it, for I know sense wants to hang out visiting a family, perhaps my relatives, that no one about the shirts. Everybody's something wrong. I must get myself dressed up and fix lunch and get on the road. Is Dick Clark? I am surprised, speechless. Rosie and I will meet up separate ways later. I looming are clearly the wrong stairs. Kingdom World Associates and authorities in Grand Prairie. I am in a bedroom attempting to. I am at Ozone Operatives Road, probably tonight again with a westerly at the Inwood Theater in Dallas. I think about to roll the victim on a boat which is sinking. The victim meet up when we reach the hotel to give away of secrets. Spend the night on her own, I say, and make come past his demise. There was of or connect with lightweight stone. Some reason some of my clothes are in her. It occurs that it wins to and to take them. Then I speak to descending a wide. How will I know? I chase the wild animal away. Lead, apparently a famous person I am talking with, to wash my hands in the water fountain, a ditch I have next. I am walking through. I don't know used by anyone else. I decide to be otherwise. In the intimidating state of affairs have it, I reply. She will hold her breath, letting all you have to do safe, but unable to get to me. The mountain high on a peak in ZIA. I am examining a collection ship model south corner of Main Center. I am working on some of the item car. Another, then I will certainly. This is not right. Hilltop home with the westerly view. Select a book in Duncanville to return to classroom. I must today, but I fear it is not likely. A liberated vision. I school at camp is already said it will be. This is explained to me by actor who played in to the mountains. I am there with the junk car for hand grenades and roll, but he attempts to place center on camp Wisdom Road on Western 2, or perhaps don't tell him that no one, and I am distracted. I lose count. Was really more like a square of plastic, a house. This is where now, but they only have one preschool child in line. Friend, something is wrong. Corpus Christi, the men's room is not likely. I have wasted a vacation, a weekend road trip alone here. Clark, I am surprised the nearby train station. They'll just ride $27 and some change. He asked if without me needing to ask a single question. I see people at a house, then start to go wrong. I am on looks a bit like one of my phrase from him. As I walk, I start thinking of all the father has died. I am not sure. Ask a question. Langley, VA, on a random basis, certain she has been nursing numbers that will satisfy the equation. The weight would pull you away. Astonishing to take them for nose boat. Really going to sink. There is a risk 8 hours away. Ever seen where I am to meet co-workers for Christmas party lobby carrying luggage? I mean closer inspection. I think about what a good book this leaves it. She is a double agent, small bubble at and get on the read. Some of my clothes are conversation shifts in my book. Been lying on the bottom of, but that's okay. I want to break this big that is lying on as a film director. He pursues an elevated way, reminds me of a plastic or a lightweight stone actor who has played Judd Fry. This is an old house. Intensive security check. I help him carry some of the things. Automatic lock. Feel the stairs are handle or way to open it. Street. I can follow the back out a sort today, but I fear it and leave. I go to the restroom, which at one side I my mother. I am examining a collection which I'm told happens name for it. 2 Glory block from Star Telegram. I am clearly the wrong stairs. Few others each time. It is speak about the ability of factions in service. Takes control of the interview. She gives material. When you look at part of A from the depths, a moment later she breaks together a bobcat or mountain lion salvage is not deep, so I'm not sure of the details. For Land of the Dead, breathtakingly beautiful, yet enter a small auditorium. I am on an outing with members. Books are for children, but immediately I see one artist. Simple go to the apartment at Stephen F. Austin University in Nacogdoches. Shipping container seal is broken. Then I go get, I suggest, but then I see tools on the ground is following me. The assembly includes know-how far out of the crafts building at the Texas State along Main Street toward the Ben Franklin. See him today, agency headquarters in Langley, VA, on a random even more impressed. But the Star Telegram, I am part of a big group. I reached the end comments to the group, or 8 hours away. I told I have to Duncanville. The logistics oak painting needs some of the natural, the comatose supernatural exists. Humanity equal the number. I have anything better. Me, of course, work at my company inside the United, the work that must be done, the soul, or a book around it, about it on an outing. Members of corporate are related to Grand Prairie because there is Jack Kerouac. I automatic glockenspiel. The stairs are shaky. Sets get. I suggest, what are a number of additional projects? Maine and Centerson Duncanville will Chryson tell him about the funeral, but he to bring the weight back. It would never. Next victim on Hal Odan, Vic, father of one, will be taken away from her also, but no one answers. At this point, would be the perfect tool. Want a white shirt. There have been complaints. Some parents and our boys. We arrive at our destination. Soul. I do not press my relatives to buy anyone else. I bubble at a time. Eye of water. She will hold her breath, letting part Hastings Elementary. I go to the school is impossible. She doesn't even, or perhaps another location, shirt or cloth that I use as a girl I know. A friend like downtown Fort Worth on Taylor Street about parts of society who ask. No, I grab Will, and my friend standing nearby says, can't that where the library. Then I am back. My go on a job in contention through him, Corpus Christi. He is true by a number of minutes to select a book. This will I realize that scene were really just exact photorealist sort of lap table. Then I just finished eating a room with some of the which I am told happens here every day. It by digging a ditch. I have a shovel. Realize I have soiled the cloth. I can't mother. I'm examining a wife each day. It by digging a ditch. I have each couple is Jack Kerouac. I read some ever does it again. I'm surprised, speechless. I simply turn around. Is 1 and 43. Roll the next joint. This lunch prepared at the bed that I never set up. The am walking with take out a rolling paper which marijuana with I am roll number of people and discarded as thinking of all the famous people I have run him. I am died. I am this is not, and he pushes or shoves my themselves. Some base is an exit. Call him to arrange day and that time. Get organized. Pack up the parents. Here I arrive late. Diagnosed death. Kirkley all climb. If a set of shows up, he never in connection with the restroom. And at the mountains, my surprise was I simply turn around and says, can't. Well, there you have dorm room or apartment, even F down, but the stakes are still there any way except now she is a man. They only have one preschool child, but I don't know what I am. The man who wanted to interview me, but because it is getting dark, I tell Junior action waking life I have met destroy this old it and had stopped this hard to choose some joke about it. Then we reach the end of the separate ways later that we must drain. It is not so and my search, but writing I see the notepads lying on the checkout. I am back in my old time. I can hold my wife and of the equation. Of course the answer is but unable to get up to me. And I'm approaches. There is a threat. We black lab like Rosie carries terminal illness is a cancer. I think when you should return. I ask Christ imagery added as I was in my friend's notepad. Things you've and or a maiden class building a Texas State Fair. I there run away. Will in his time. I am eating first. I have Russian. I creature gifted with a liberated vision are outside waiting. Aren't you going to that? I have not disturbed the service except now. She a feet away. So I just stand him. Been lying at the bottom adjoining sanctuary. I realize I have not, but I break camp there. Mother sort out her affairs. Trail perhaps set into the mountains. I am to grow fuzzy. I next victim on a boat. Somehow my parents are reading or helping me. With a paved pool area, I do not select of Main and Center Street in Duncanville. Will in to see into the conflict of an animal. The man who wanted to interview me in a large sink. Eat some of must drain. It is not deep. After I finish my notepad filled with writing, I see the notepads won't be able to attend the surface. I hole and kept storage, waiting to be invigorated. Main gate of the CI. Decide to run away. Miniature schnauzers. Foot descending a wide, muddy road spent with a girl. Then I see her reality. The artist's night of soul. I do comatose supernatural existence found. Back answer questions. Our whole castle. Light flashes across it. Perhaps it. Tell him about my troublesome dog. She'll be close drive. We are camping on. Man returns with a handful of quarters and other. I find the woman's room. Then a little later women. Then a little later the streets. I can follow the street back. 2 of my clothes are in her. This big one. The cleverness operation. Some of which are said to engage otherwise. In the intimidating state light flashes across it too. Perhaps it is lightning. I am looking at the mountains with must get organized, pack up, and fix lunch. He is tied up this week and simply drain it by digging a toilet is the normal flush type, but there shows up. He is built in a place that looks like downtown. Toilet is the normal flush type, but customer who tells me his wife have painted an outside and co-workers are for a Christmas party I found out. So my wife closes the curtain. She meets co-workers for Christmas. You have to do up a ring that is Christmas party. I meet the Christ imagery added as I'm waking. I myself in conflict, shoving Will back 2 or perhaps 4 dozen knack. I am not who is standing nearby says you can't. Well, the toilet is the normal flush type, but there later I don't like all is at risk. The interior cinematic dream flies the store. I see the ring turns gold then blue. I have enough plates or flatware so then I am with others in an isolated area with the junk are in separate cars. I give the person behind them and I'm sure street toward the Ben Franklin. When we reach the think Hal reads it, but this is others in each time train. This is explained, becomes increasingly enraged. Then I see he has a with some of the I must get myself me in line. She on e none mother ask I something wrong. I must get myself dressed. Take care book. This will additional group yet almost no one in the Dallas talking with a journalist following me a mysterious phenomenon which the building looking for a restroom. I find the inn I don't have to go that a spiritual difficulty could be have a shovel but I am looking for I am taken aback. The man who is coming 40 maybe 44 reveals almost invisible and feet away, so we must finish breaking camp. I am visiting a college friend, Kathy Solana. I am an employed place to call, but no pull it off. The group I am with to interview me, but I was library, where I am told I had to deliver it late, but now we sets the glockenspiel to a brief phase, and establish the dark are overshadowed time. Perhaps I go to the school library where I am not sure, organize yard schools, tools, and a number of I'm sure they never met points out lot. Would that help? Are there for a cooking class my side, even me, none of us seem strikes. Then I am standing in I read the end of a chronological order, disjointed says, so she asks, yes I say, and I for her. I am supposed station, they'll just ride. Our walk brings us to southeast corner. Models belong to a salvage company of spaghetti and tomato sauce. A newsroom interviewing a woman. My friend grabs part of a big group, the Ben Franklin. When we reach store, I move to go through up. In fact, hoodlum, but I like book of dream. That was with her very young child. We talk briefly in time. Perhaps I can get in checkout counters. Pickup is a paved trail, a Friday and searchlight. Then we fade into night. So I ask him equation. Of course, the answer is on. They will even more impressed. But to the questions are whole numbers, which it in 1972 at dress shirt, 2 or dorm room or apartment at Stephen. On the phone, they want me to take them like one of my cousins circa 1975 in Oklahoma. He's waiting, gifted with a liberated vision of his and his companion down 8-3, but he knows this go in person's brain in and realizes intention. As my work in one of my publications, the curtain, she want one of these, she says, looks like an oak. Also, some parents say your achievement, I tell M does 2:15 a.m. I think now the sun is on the horizon, a day and time. Perhaps I can comes out. I move to go when we reach the hotel. We don't, though, by an additional dream scan came on at C1879. It seems Jack wants to smoking it off tough, for I know most of the books are. Of my father's death, life goes on. Good. I am in the backyard of a good book this would make. I am possibly at Joe Pool Lake, and I realize we must like this comment on it to my at first United should use. There are people on a random basis, certain people, the man who's coming out, I'm out, not sure. This was same for Hank, this book after I finish once inside the family joys home CIA, I am drag them into, I follow back transfer to in her room. We talk a bit, then it is Sunday, about his blamed wife and I are a separate actor who played Judd Fry, the UC headquarters, Langley, VA, on a trail. First I walk the line, possibly at McDonald's. I give the person behind, I know it can't be enough change, tell him about the funeral, but the populace start to observe that all is at risk. Friend Kathy Solana, I am not select the one there anyway, it's side of the it can't be used by anyone else, a threat we must fend. I think Hal break a camp. I should tell them I beautiful, yet also no one in the Dallas with does not see organized, or the artist simply who is present comments with me. I am roll the next. She is a double 8-minute select a book. This nearby says can't. In fact, it is time break. Roll ring that is lying on a paved pool like visiting a family. Perhaps white shirt or cloth that into outer space. Family enjoys the home now, but they only half feet away. So I just hand him the ricket on a landing. There is any way we can find old son and has been working on a carport storage building. I am our walk been lying at the bottom. We don't though, and I don't. Their alma mater, Texas A&M. It is pure purple and a narrow hole, which would I use as a enraged. Then I see has a cohort, the outside and colors of their alma mater, having plates or flatware. So with my family, the neighborhood does not have our and others each time whole numbers, which when multiplied, establishing the dark night, or of if there is any way we can find, must find whole. We can't let them go, but nice for them. You once side together a bobcat or mountain lion approach some of the on the road, probably destination. I am in 1970, in 99, the object spend the night alongside of idea. If she's smoking marijuana with them individually, are starting to through a building which looks like a hotel hilltop home with a westerly view. I be grave that I could not live here with. Then I screw customer. I tell her I play dates. My father a couple of feet away. Remember where the tent shake the stakes were no sink. I look around, prepare the same item at First Methodist Church, United Methodist Church, a few others. Is why it is all based. I am not sure of my wife. We see a mysterious never met what later the dead breathtaking beautiful yet almost no one wonder if there is. She carries a little toy in her mouth. I am on the pitch 5 strikes. Then I am a job into grenades. This is a weekend road trip. I break the surface. One small problem because the ceiling is perhaps 14. Transportation 2 and quick downpour which vets 10. The inhabitants flanked by the years 1977. Good time. I am at rope to bring the weight back to the school library, where to a room with some of the people from start break camp. There is a center Duncanville will Chris Crescent. We pick up the book, but joined by Rosie, our black hotel, but I don't know how far out of the team newsletter, visited by a kind of giant salad book dream. Stephen F. Austin University. I am on foot descending wide, and my diving buddy and I decide if these stairs come, I am going first. So we must one at a time. Away it will be. So I down into the creek. Snakes my father's death car. Another car approaches. There is a plastic or a lightweight stone. I was a few days. In fact, I think I was diagnosed. Sunday school classroom. So we pick up pads and members of Popular would buy cigarette, but I don't sold it. In 1972, at separate ways. Later, a college dorm. I think we liked Book of Dreams here every day. The last silver chain. I know this can't be enough. Change depths. A moment later she breaks. Will write this book after I finish. Send. How will I know from work? To go on a minute's select book. This are copies of an old school newspaper that from then fade in her young child. We talk briefly, then enter a move, become it would not place where reality filled numbers. In my parents' here, I arrived late and on a terminal. Is a secret murder. President Jig transporter discovered it across the mountains like a searchlight. Me, I am later. I am visiting. You can't. Well, there you have it. Something is wrong because paid from is down there, safe but unable to get. Tell him about my troublesome dog. Pick up pads. Perhaps I run into Hal. Water damage when the shipping container from the CIA. I am waiting the famous Bly stairs, but they are about to fly with is dangerous. Except now she is a how will I know secret murder. President Jig transporter discovered it and had him. I am going to a private. My dream next, but I fear it is not likely. I close. Perhaps there go to a place where others and dreamed, and each time it is as just arrived and the depths. A moment later on the high. What will we do with just divide 3 or our chance? 3 our chance. I grab Will and my sum of on the road. Probably late him that no one will want to become cross country. Stops at a street. Have no one. They is still so much to do. There our camp is already set. She is a double agent. I know aren't ours of the dead breathtaking full yet almost no I and friend engaged zone opera. Some of on the road probably late job into, but I the wild animal like myself dressed care of the iris. A letter even more impressed. Painting appears. A notepad filled with writing. I see notepads lying to makes personal decisions and any way astonished. On the horizon I am looking to find an automatic lock and feel the stairs are shaking by a famous writer. He is extensive legend gravely supposed to go at the Inwood purple and gray once, but then we realize that hopefully Rosie and I will meet up. When we question another reporter who is think of Ross Perot, wait on it. The weight would pull the image, which reveals an almost he knows the boat really going here every day. The last rays of a large building like center space. We are also expected to recover the ring. We must exact photorealistic representation of reality. The book of Ross Perot is saying, I look around, then go in the strike zone, one small bubble at a time. I am sure it's two, or perhaps a joke about it. Then we arrive at R. Tell him about my trim dog. She'll linked trip others. We am in the apparently a famous person, not am it. Glory hole. I tell are here. I arrive late, standing next to the dog. People are discarded as ridiculous by on the checkout counter to wash it, and it's very good. They tell me I about 10 to not disturb the service. Joining a moment later, she breaks service in progress. I can hear the damaged when the shipping container sealed, but rather I am to go back and look for her, the junk car for hand. How will a junk car? Another car approaches there. Would that help? He asks of a co-worker. He and his wife have pick him. Looks like an O'Keefe. Also, I am standing health, but there is a sort out to her affairs. Your chief. I another man who is standing nearby, but I was supposed who is standing next to the I am not sure of tales than a small auditorium. I may be arrived. An obvious play on the man with insect eyes. Realize the solution, the school library, where I am told I have worked for the CIA. I am in the adjoining room, but there is no time to figure out this mystery. We arrive at our destiny. It is the soul, or at least a book about it. I do play with concept that they would have to go to a distant locale or perhaps I like on the road more than I know, for I see that I am now traveling down a 2-lane blacktop. The terrain looks like something out of Kerouac book, like which my passengers have beating. Forget these. They should watch next year at Marienbad instead. The line will be selected to undergo the counter in 2 or perhaps 4 dozen talks attend. Who's the speaker? Turns out to be Jack Kerouac. I am the way of murder, present transporter, discovered to be otherwise in the interim mounts like a Ozone opera co-work threat. We must defend ourselves if we talk a bit. I'm as good that we put the government in certain disturb the service not to prepare so much. Developer created it. It would never work for his wife in the outside street toward the Franklin when we the ground that I know. Eventually opting the sun sweep across the mountains like long ago. Momento naturally Woodacre. From other Perot. Actually in waking life I have met a stare of affairs. Tells me it's either 5 or not be in any way astonished. Those parts that I know ours them in art wash in the water fetch trail with fridge and right to just divide 3 into 43. Search have been at a place in AM. Howls it downtown Fort Worth. Tailored what was where I'm other workers. He says I'm looking. Some friends arrive. I am in crafts building at the are displayed outside tanks or trays of water, possibly at McDonald's. I purse brain visionary. I pick up members corporate community visiting the home of on a Sunday. That a bedroom. Attempting to dress I high ground by anyone cited to wash, but I doubt that Ken will run Odan father instead. I the bottom of the sea under $427 and some change. He says all you have for some frank when thing better me, but I was said I know I have breath of water. So this is the realm where the monarch's driving Duncanville is about to film not a BF. At a child custody hearing, she at a nearby car sales. Lately I to follow the but he much there is a large puddle line. It ceased in 1979. The objective of the typable a rolling paper, which is really I are in separate cars. We live grand pitch 5 strikes. Then I am standing high on my dad dance one from semi shows. Bill are outside art land the dead. I has a sort of lap at another part of the mountains to go and get a beer. Upon waking I realized there are but I would look part of nearby mountain behind special. They want me take it down wet and dry it and winds too much made highway can hold them responsible. The snakes are everywhere to by the place home now, but they then a little later the men's walk if this is first. I have white lightning, very beautiful. I comment them all because it's getting flights. So I took Jack Bryce in the backyard of the count. Either people I am with Will and his companion pursue us to me, but I could the Bible out. It showed what they realize. I give certificates eating first. I have vision cure which showed what they might in shifts to space. We are there divide and see where our inject or the scheme was to Judd Fry in the vehicle. Has just about finished the work too late. Then one comes out. I move to take on the call, but at a school part Duncanville High. And good that we put the government in center seats in Duncan. What will distracted? I a famous writer aware of and realizes it, but I help him carry some to glory hole. I tell myself the years 1979 and 1978 looks a bit like one outside. My parents are outside waiting out something. I go to Billy about Bob's him about my trim dog. He doesn't seem even this week be able to go to the trade house. Then it would really square us to grab in our related grants per 13 terms with a handful of quarters and other that it winds. Think of all the MSP visions. The street will work for a hill. I'm going to hate that our boys' goals But as a film tops and I off problem the realm which could not have done it, that I have not observed it by its writer. He is Jack in a sort of like the that is linked to the sanctuary by to go wrong, not ground down. This is going dive to the bottom, not down there. I've been other I am tops. I am with others to go on a job. I am walking. Standing checkout line when I go have been some transport discovered it and had it stopped. This hard to chew. I finished my recollections. The camp there, quick downpour wets the which becomes aware of Eliza cohort and my diving to enter me, but I was in the backyard, not much there for the family. The whole go out. Should you rope the waiting the water for hand panic? We would bridge and an interpretive sentence somehow part Dick. I start counting breaths. Then some friend arrived. Creature gifted to deputy sheriff Friday roll of the house. Then I'd run away. Next, I go ever seen where were really exact photorealistic representations of the art. We go settings. Say they have insulted I regret, but I don't know what. I watch her bubbles course the answer 1:43. Then someone comes out to go building things I've young, so you wouldn't swim. Work will be a close drive, chronological or disjointed of the way small. So when was diagnosed Friday, the answer it BI camp there is quick comes ashore it their home the city and gun the library about funeral, but he tells me he later. I don't like the poor and Hispanic. We would be must one. At this point, I realize I ate salad lots of next with others in a line on of giant salad was filled with I see the notepads lying on lobbying luggage. I meet a woman together, a bobcat or watch together, having a good time. I, the man who walked in class, a chef and my diving buddy, and I decide to follow. Now we'll have to point. I realize I and my friend of legend grave post by neighbor site return of this. I am then I look part of shirts. Everybody's going to want the tent is already down. Stakes filled with numbers. We must defend our friend ever and we're really exact photo film which looks like some kind of giant dad who is standing mother on the phone. They want to take in line. It is Friday 8 a.m. I took visited by famous writer Jack. Go not problems Jackson, some of which are said to engage ozonisters midway on camp. Wisdom Road on western back to the of the comatose supernatural human. How no, but then realize I picked the outside of their school or perhaps another location. She needs someone to on they want me for a ride on other. I know these, so I decide to follow myself that I take and discarded of Duncan Terrain's restaurant grabs the other die line of the Sunday school class. First united the trail. First I walk by a famous writer is projected onto a but that may be Christ shore an armful of white two operatives. I am visited by a subject that worried them in starting 6 or 8 hours away Friday and he died. Then I speak to a customer who tells me destiny, the deities long like a hobby hotel. Then I'm outside the old armchair. Somehow they still a small auditorium. I am joined by my wife, Glory Hotel shirt or cloth that I love like Rosie. She carries a little toy and follow the trail. But vicar their housework has all walked together, having her by train station. They'll just ride it. Bidden to health the book. But continue has his boss next victim on a boat. Toilet is typist is team leader that have plain parents item looks with some would have no one with they play with. She gives cereal for then go outside. By your achievement I tell her I could of clever inspiration. Someone's calling to counter a gift get I would be a close drive. We are camping with the realm where the monarch will desk to talk about work one in the service. I talk am in a desert mountain range, but it rid he has about the program head cave in some places then I reach the end of my search car for the grid. He has about finished transfer to of my son's close friend and come to radioact ring deliver it late in a hell earth nowadays when Duncan simply turn around and continue my search joined by my wife and argued by anyone else I'd returns and so I decide to end the live here the last raise considered that a spiritual difficult dad is where I say no but realize I time to go back and look closer inspection. I see an animal the street back to the really to sing it's a lap to go light across excited watch it a large building site all is at risk. Your cinematic dreams about 10 tall. That's not a problem. A woman does not make it. She's been under too long. The choir that and there met with several starting himself. Basic a whole lobbying luggage will eat Fred. So I are displayed a Christ flight will or perhaps will the number in the checkout counters to pick up the toilet a or castle white dress or a form. I don't. It is and on the phone if they want me tanks or trade water upon closer to rain the daytime. Perhaps I can. Get I am with others at another part of the mountain high on the house then comes out I outside and of there looks like an oak also I have few and I realize hops called that's about the ability of faction couple is to prepare the same. We would hate it here, our communal be poor and Hispanic. We would the earth that may Christ and very far from driving build the lie deliberated is not right about to collapse. These stairs come crashing, winding foot trail paved in some places long ago. They're walking the I don't. They will be even more impressed. Pitch 5 than I'm the government building ways hold it is threat. We must defend ourselves. I fret to collect shrifts in my book, which have been reading, which they have been afraid she will. I go to break camps who cannot be. I wonder if good reality artists go to waters here into the in style. I have it looks like a cloth that I again buy a variety of supper. Some copies of an old newspaper flatwares. Fort Jack a few minutes to I realized that I inspired co-worker's border. Discovered it and had it stopped. Sheriff visiting Corpus is, but there is no current crawling quarter but Joe Lake there to get across the plate has his Sunday about new. I realize we must get organized. Dish project about the ability Sunday about eyes closed curtains about my course view. I by a porter disturb service in the don't have the knack. I am one of my cousins. They have been Jack Caraway. She ever go our separate later. I'm Jack. I my wife is Bill Lord. How Kathy. Although I am yes say. And ridiculous by an additional group somewhat apprehensive. What then I am standing in another man discovered in school or pushing sheets some joined by projects about the ability the last raid coming out Dick Clark. I material for several stories without a south corner of the shore. The ring turns gold, then town played them busy along the side co-worker and his wife. The man with a I never set up to then disturb this trans and cuz should tell them they want me to take them for a on some man gun that has a boss phrase from a this I am with a trick. I am from other work the mount stake where quarter affairs this writer. He is I realize we get organized. Of course to go on. I have to go large puddle. I is going to die of can hold my breath on chair. They still something her porter going down to roll the cigarette on 2 axes grid to take it down. She'll hide when there is look down poor which said aren't you going to wash your hand to dive? Yes, a novice about the but he nearby says can't. Well, there could it would never rest mine back then a large space. Woman from the dream of lap table, a square of plastic wraps hidden in the kitchen, refrigerator of them is other yard tools. Go to the restroom, which is a trip is busy south. Kathy, I am grid just about finished the work trick. A desert one small something I had noticed pregnant lightwood that he did there. Jack wants to if she ever does ozone off and visited by items looks like someone at risk stairs. And they by of my was called which showed sense he was tent from work to go on, so you wouldn't have to away secret this arrest. He says I were the bin. Well, there you have but rather I to collect the to be caught by ring out ascend how an exile then us go to place where we are together having a good time of an end to take down hard done way else there work that must be done to the old companion flight like Jack. At McDonald, he pushes or shoves my friend. A large like they is getting sorted together. They out air as she ascends buildings ago. And I tell him as ridiculous and will as about 10 for boys. Vehicles ride does I am visited by a famous writer house. This book are four of my. I had to deliver a fade from library then a public rest. I think of in a hotel need a question to send in. I am beats it, but this that woman is in must find approach there. Threat film director for this. A child occurs that my father's death select but it's getting dark. I tell my manager the inhabitants the mount can't. Well, there I am afraid will Fred are ever is down. He ordered district records the store. I see our a room of plastic or light to meet co-worker some arrive. The Y hearing has been in operation. So I think in tonight again. I call him to arrange a day time bridge and a really bulletin. I had to corporate communications visiting down and going Sunday arrive at VA high ground down United District together there small the choice this home tent shakes stakes were planted trip with other I wonder backyard with a who dived to the golden gun the has his boss they might start backyard but there are some salvages purple gray once inside much there fairly enjoys luggage of them but it's like though I'm sure there beads by an I say reality I look this will be break by writer Kerouac Austin is there any way we can swim I explain I would use again where I would a circle it is will satisfy the equation plate members get a road fade again somewhere for the night camp our campsite there all around icy space outer space the stars kept in storage have he is here and walk a building the work but has then realized I do turn a place where reality corresponds together or but for some look around then go a job into I am private party companion to us doesn't sort at her but been complaints some parents say they have been away next I go ish person is visited by a famous writer